Alright, so this is the 2020 Can-Am X3 XRS. So we're just going to do a quick run around inside the car, show you how everything works. So first off, seats are adjustable. A lot of people don't realize this, that you can actually drop the seats a full 2 inches front and back. So if you're real tall, that's going to come in really handy. Alright, so here's 2020. They went with full digital instrumentation, and they changed all of the big buttons into one small keypad right here. So that's a lot easier to cycle through. Still gives you 2 keys, the white key and the green key. The green key is your 45-mile-an-hour key. White key is what they call a performance key, full power key. So we'll go right to left. There's your door handles. You pull the red strap towards the rear to open up the door. Glove box lifts up instead of lifting forward and dumping all of your stuff out onto the floorboards. Lifts up. Right here, you got your brake fluid master cylinders, fuses, relays, all of that kind of stuff. And it all goes right back together. 12-volt outlets right there, so you plug in your GPS or whatever. So take the key, we put it on right there. Now if you bump the start button, then that'll wake the car up. So the dash comes up here. Everything's going to be on the dash as you look at it. So right now it's got the normal key. That's the green key. Again, white key is performance key. So let's start with the 4-wheel drive system. So you've got 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, and when you put it into 4-wheel drive, your smart lock takes over. Smart lock is a computer controlled 4-wheel drive activation for the front based off of the hydraulic cylinder engaging the 4-wheel drive system and the smart track system. So you've got trail, which is different resistance points that it engages, but if you're going to be driving 4-wheel drive, driving aggressively, put it into trail active, that's going to give you a lot better feedback, a lot more predictability in the corners, and the faster you go, the more 4-wheel drive is going to engage. It's a really neat system. And then if you get yourself in a lot of trouble and you realize that, oh, I better get full hard lock front differential, you heard that click in, that just hard lock the front differential. Steering is going to be heavier, but it's going to be positive traction both front and rear, and that'll get you through whatever you need. And then at that point you can click it back into 2 or 4-wheel drive. They can be all done on the fly. You don't have to stop to do any of that. So when you're looking at the dash, when we engage the smart lock system, trail, there, active trail, diff lock shows up on there. You'll notice the 4-wheel drive and 2-wheel drive. Now you're in 2-wheel drive. So now next, drive mode, DPS for dynamic power steering, menu, and your trip systems. Override, there is a rev limiter in reverse. So override allows you to have full power in reverse for as long as you're holding onto it, and it'll show you on there that you're in override mode. So if we hit the drive mode button, you'll see on the dash, back that up a little bit. Right now, sport mode, full power, 195 horsepower. What happens now is when you step on the throttle, it's going to go. It's not going to be real easy to control. It's going to want to get up and go with the full 195 horsepower. By clicking it into eco mode, has nothing to do really with gas mileage, but it backs your throttle response off about 30%. So when you're in low speed conditions, when you're driving really technical driving, when you're loading them on a trailer, when we're driving them around in the showroom, we put them into eco mode so you can actually step on the throttle without the thing rearing up and leaving on you. So that's, eco mode actually works pretty well for a lot of different applications. The DPS, dynamic power steering, that's your power steering mode. So if you're going fast, use minimum. If you're driving slow through the technical stuff, then use maximum. But when you push it and hold it, DPS minimum, push it and hold it, medium, push it and hold it, maximum. In maximum, when you're going fast, it's going to be so reactive, it's going to be, you're going to end up on the lid. So just be careful with that when you're in maximum going fast. As far as the tripometer goes, you can see, push this in, and there you go. So it just gives you a couple of the different features there. Over here you've got headlights, so off, on, and high. So that's where all of that's done right there. Start button, push it in to start it, push it in to stop it. So just push it in and hold it. That's what you do. There you go. Easy stuff. And then from there, show you the back part of it. Some of the other simple stuff. So you got your air filter under this right here. Your belt is under here. In the 2020s, they blew this cover out quite a bit more, allows about 30% more airflow to go through, and this cover will retrofit onto the 18 and 19 if you find that you're having belt heating issues or clutch heating issues. Upgraded this cover through your parts department. Then under here, let me lift this up, pull this cover off. This is your coolant bottle, and this is the pre-filter for your air intake and for the clutch cooling. Simply pull the frog skin filter out, clean it out, and then it goes right back in, clips into place. Cover goes right back on, right back into place. Easy stuff. Oil filter is underneath this cap right here. Pack some rags around that. It will drip a little bit of oil when you remove the filter out of there. And then the last thing is, what people are usually looking for, is your fuel cap is underneath this panel here. So you're not sitting on a fuel cell anymore. They've got it right up front. So anyway, if you have any questions, you can email me at trevorecccsales@gmail.com. Thank you very much.